Anthony Altamirano on the play-by-play. Tolland Eagles taking on the Hull Titans. We've got action coming up soon on WHCI as the Hull Titans look to remain undefeated at home in the 2025 campaign. All that and more coming up next. You're watching WHCI. And welcome to West Hartford. We're about ready to get off underway here for the Hall Titans taking on Tolland Eagles. And that is the first pitch of the game. Is in there for a strike. Welcome to WHCI. You're tuning in here live in West Hartford. Anthony Altamirano on the play-by-play. And we're ready. Grant Davidson on the mound for the Titans. So that one's outside for a ball, 1-1. Titans undefeated at home this season. They look to keep that streak going and, well, have a 5-game win streak on their hands. One's in there for a strike. Evan Clark, the batter for Tolland. The pitch. Clark rips this one to second base. The toss to first is in time, and that is how we begin today's game. Titans get one out early on, as they like to keep this winning streak alive. They've been so successful at home, and a big part of that is their defense and their pitching. That one's outside for a ball. Grant Davidson, the pitcher, but he also can play first base. He's a junior here at Hall. The pitch. One's outside for a ball. Davidson's played baseball for 10 years, if you can believe it. As he sets. And the pitch. That one's in there for a strike. 2-1 now. Ethan Schwaz, the batter. That one's in there for a strike. 2-2 now. Titans look to make quick work here. So that one's down low for a ball. Full count now to Schwaz.
You look good. Looking good, Sour.
4:15 the start time of today's game. So that one is fouled back to the backstop. Very windy day here in West Hartford, but really, is it ever not windy at this field? I always feel like Mother Nature plays a factor. It's the pitch. This one is chopped right to the shortstop. First in time for the second out of today's game. Well, last time out, the Titans faced Conard, the Red Wolves, in a crosstown rival matchup, which is always so exciting for both teams and players. It's an exciting event. So that one's outside for a ball. And we're always happy to cover it on WHCI, and we hope you watch this season, mid-May. Conard and Hall will play their annual game at U-Hart, University of Hartford. So that one is ripped through the shortstop and third baseman for a base hit. Christian Steiner at first now. And in steps in the pitcher in the 4-hole spot, Corey. So now man on first, 2 away. This one is chopped right to the shortstop. He'll step on second for the force. And 1 hit. No runs scored. Tolland leaves 1 stranded. We go to the bottom half of the first. Score 0-0. Back here in West Hartford, Tyler Redden, the leadoff batter for the Titans. It's been that story almost what feels like all season long. Redden always leading off. It's the pitch. Welcomes him with the ball. Redden and the Titans looking to make an early lead here. 2-0 now. Pitcher sets. The throw. That one's in there for a strike. Corey Culhane, the pitcher for Tolland. He'll be starting off on the mound. So that one's outside. Culhane, the lefty throwing pitcher. It's a lefty-righty matchup for our starters today. It's the pitch. Redden smacks this one into the outfield. Shortstop and center fielder both going for it, but you can't make the play. Redden gets in there with a single. No sun out today, so maybe the wind kind of blew in his eyes there in the outfield is the only thing I can think of. It is a cloudy day here in West Hartford. So Redden on the board with a single. And in steps in Calvin Cianfilene. The pitch. Cianfilene rips this one right to the third baseman. Throw to first is not in time. And a nice play there from the third baseman. Quick reactions. That one came hot off the bat of Calvin Cianfilene. And it'll be ruled a line out. Redden able to scurry back to first in time. And in steps in Tommy Hussey. Culhane sets, checks his runner on first. The pitch. Oh, he'll check his runner, but nothing doing. Well, Culhane, just like a bunch of other pitchers in this league, know that Redden is always a threat to steal. We've seen it all season long. So that one's in there for a strike. And so Tolland and the Eagles are not taking any chances here with this speedy Hall team. Culhane sets the pitch. Outside for a ball. One and one now to Hussey. Culhane sets, checks his runner. Redden goes, the pitch will be slapped foul, and we'll redo that. Well, you see Redden, the way he just gets that lead and jumps out of his shoes into the next bag is, something of a speedster mindset. And that's something they're going to have to watch out for. Culhane sets, throws back to first. Nothing doing. Tyler Redden on first. Tommy Hussey at the plate. The pitch. Outside for a ball. Culhane sets. The 2-2. Swing and a miss. Scott Hussey swinging. And that is the second out of the inning. Well, in steps in Matthew Panarella, the 4-hole hitter. And he's going to look to bring Tyler Redden home. Culhane sets. That one's in there for a strike. See, Redden got a small jump there. He thought about it, but it ended up going. Culhane sets, checks Redden on first. The pitch, Redden is going to go. That one is not in there. It's a ball. Redden safe at second with a stolen bag. We see the catcher there for the Eagles. He tried to catch it and go for the quick release there, but he was unable to make that happen. The ball falls out of his mitt. It's the pitch from Culhane. This one is slapped, seep, center field. Looking back, unable to make the play. This is going to hit the warning track. Redden rounds third. He'll be safe at home. Panarella, excuse me, will get in there with a triple. So Matthew Panarella with a 2-out triple picks up the RBI. And the Titans pick up a 1-0 lead early on. That one's in there for a strike. Jeffrey Nyman, the batter. The pitch. That one's in there for a strike. 1-2 now. Panarella on third, Nyman at the plate. Culhane sets the pitch. Swing for the strikeout. Couple hits, a run scores. Here in West Hartford for the top of the second. Hall Titans lead 1-0 against the Tolland Eagles. Davidson. Check swing. Home plate umpire says to check first. First base umpire says no go. Pitch. In there for a strike. 1-1. AJ Hayes, the batter. Davidson, the pitch. That one's in there for a strike. The pitch to Hayes. Hayes rips this one into right field. It'll get down there for a base hit. So a leadoff single for the Eagles as they look to score their first run of the game. Davidson. That one's in there for a strike. 0-1 now. Davidson sets. Runner on first. That one's a swing and a miss. Throw back to first. Nothing doing. Wyatt Zahner, the batter. That one is in there. So he goes down looking for the first out of the inning. Runner on first, one away. Davidson checks his runner. Mason Bryant, the batter. One's low for a ball. Hayes on first. Bryant at the plate. Is outside for a ball. 2-0 the count. The pitch. This one is slapped into left field, and it'll get down there, but foul. Good contact, good power on that one, but it was just a little bit foul. Couldn't quite get it to land fair. Wind playing a factor in it as Davidson pitches. That one's in there for a strike. 2-2 now to Bryant. The wind is either going to help the pitchers or help the batters. We'll see here what it does. So that one is ripped in between first and second base for a base hit. Hayes will round second, make his way to third. And after that single, we've got runners on the corners now with one away. Time called here. Umpire will clean the plate. Now we're back in play. Will Restall, the batter, steps in for Tolland with a chance to open up this game. Runners on the corners, one away here. Pitch. One's low for a ball. Well, the Titans have been really good about getting out of jams here this season, at least at home, and they're in another predicament here. Will they get out of it? The pitch was a little bit in the dirt. 2-0 now to Restall. Titans wearing the black shirts with the white pants. Tolland wearing the blue shirt with the gray pants today. The red helmets. Davidson sets the pitch. One's outside. 3-0 now. You think he gives him the 3-0 green light here? It's always interesting to see if coaches do that at the high school level. It doesn't happen often as the pitch is in there for a strike. Davidson looks to work his way back. Guess he didn't have the green light. Something you don't really see too much this day as the runner goes. The throw to second is... Umpire says good. He's in there. Or I should say, rather, the umpire gave no motion. So he's good. Gotta love it from a viewership standpoint when the umpire doesn't give visual signals. But the runner is in fact safe. Second and third now after the stolen base from Bryant. One away, Davidson sets. The pitch. That one's in there for a strike. Full count now. Moments like this. It's moments like this that we always look to have as children, and with 2 runners on and 1 out, full count, a chopper. He'll step on the plate for the force out. Runner is safe at first. It's called a fielder's choice. Umpire will clean the plate again. This is like his 4th time doing that. The poor man is having to get his brush out. I hope it's a newer brush. Otherwise, he'll be making a trip back to Lowe's or Home Depot. It looks like they're going to try to review this play.
About 15 minutes ago.
So the catcher may be injured. It's kind of hard to tell. He's lifting his leg there. Umpires and coaches discussing it right now.
No, like a little boy comes over, he takes him back to his house and he's like, look, he's in that backyard over there.
Just checking to make sure he's all right. That was a really quick thinking play from him, and you never quite know what can happen on a baseball field. All right, we're back here. Catcher appears to be all right. Yeah, the base is juiced. Davidson sets. The pitch. Swung on. And umpire's calling for a foul ball, so it looks like he might have tipped it. Ivan the batter for the Eagles. Davidson sets the pitch. That one's in there for a strike. Pitch. That was low for a ball. 2-2 now with 2 away. Brian on third, Restal on second. Romiak at first. Ethan Clark at the plate. The pitch. Clark rips this one into center field. It drops. Center fielder grabs it. 2 runs will score. And Tolland takes a early lead as they celebrate on the first base side. So a 2 RBI single for Tolland gives him a 2-1 lead here in the top of the second. 2 away now, 2 runners on. The pitch. Allen's in there for a strike. Schwaz the batter for Tolland. This one is chopped. Third baseman will pick it up, step on third himself for the 4th down, and that'll retire the side, but not before 2 runs come across the score as Tolland takes a 2-1 lead. You're watching West Hartford baseball here on WHCI. Back here in West Hartford, here at Hall High School, we got the Titans taking on the Eagles. And this is not the NFL. You clicked the right broadcast. That is the Hall Titans versus the Tolland Eagles. And here in the bottom of the second, scores 2-1 Tolland. It's the pitch. Hall looking to get some runs back on the board. They allowed 2 last half. So that one's low for a ball. In the last inning, they scored 1 off of a RBI triple from Matthew Panarella, brought Tyler Redden home. It's the 2-0 to Gertner. One's in there for a strike. Josh Gertner up at the plate for the Titans. 2-1 is Culhane on the mound. That one's in there for a strike. 2-2 now to Gertner. Here's the pitch. That one is in there, called third strike. Gertner did not like the call. But regardless, it's the first strikeout of the inning for Tolland and Culhane. As in steps in Max Hannawalt. Culhane sets the pitch. Hannawalt with a big cut. Fortunately missed it. It's 0-1 now to him. Swinging for the fences there, and I don't blame him. This wind is picking up, and it could carry a lot of these fly balls. As that one is ripped, but foul behind the backstop. So quickly, Hannawalt finds himself in an 0-2 situation. 1 away, the pitch. Hannawalt again makes contact and fouls it again behind the backstop. Culhane sets the pitch. This one is ripped. Second baseman bobbles it a little bit. The throw to first is not in time as Hannawalt is able to leg out an infield single. We talked about the speed earlier in the first inning with this Titans team. And not only can they hit infield singles, but they can steal bags too. So watch out for Max Hannawalt as now he's on first with 1 away. And in steps in Burke Reynolds for the Titans. Hannawalt leads off the pitch from Culhane. Reynolds pops this one up and into foul territory behind the backstop. Well, the Titans undefeated at home this season so far. They're also on a 4-game win streak, including their last outing against Conard. Crosstown rivals. This is a pitch. Reynolds rips this one into left field, and that'll be in there for a base hit. Runners on first and second now after the single. And with 1 away, the Titans have a chance to take the lead. Luce Sauer is the man with the deed. The deed to take the lead. Luce Sauer. The pitch. Sauer gets a good cut there, but unfortunately misses at the high fastball. 0-1 now. Reynolds on first, Hannawalt on second. Culhane checks out his runners. Nothing doing. The pitch. This one is chopped. Right back to the pitcher. Throws it to third for the force. And the throw to first is not in time. You get the force at third. You get the lead runner, and everybody moves up a base. So now runners are still on first and second, but now two are away. Tyler Redden steps in. The pitch. One's low for a ball. Reynolds leads off second. The pitch. One's high for a ball. That one had some heat on it. Heard the clap of the leather glove behind home plate. All the way in the outfield. Two on, two out. This one is chopped. Whoa, through the shortstop. And Reynolds around third, headed home. And he's in there. 2-2 now as we are squared. And the umpire calls time. He's going to clean the plate again. This poor umpire has had to clean this plate so many times as the Eagles and the Titans continue to dirty up home plate. Well, this is a familiar scene. Runners on first and second with two away. But after the RBI single, it is now 2-2. Here in the second, the bottom of the second, a lot of twos out here. Calvin Cianflone, the batter. He'll look at a ball. The 1-0 to Cianflone as this one is popped up. And a right fielder will grab it for the third out. So Cianflone flies out, but not before Redden is able to bring in an RBI single to tie this game. We head to the third. You're watching WHCI. Back here in West Hartford. For top of the third action, Titans and the Eagles are tied here at 2. And Davidson still on the mound there. We'll look to get this inning underway. That one is ripped to short. The toss to first in time, and the Titans quickly get one away. It's just like we never left. His ground ball, routine ground ball to short, gets us underway at the start of the third. Christian Steiner, the batter that grounded out. As in steps in the pitcher, Corey Colhane. Colhane slaps this one. Foul territory and out of bounds for first strike of the at-bat. Pitcher's duel here. On's outside for a ball. Colhane, the southpaw, and Davidson, the righty. Two starters facing off. The pitch. Low for a ball. 2-1 now. Davidson sets. Pitch. That one's low and in the dirt. So chop that one up and call it 3-1. He sets the pitch. This one is lined into left field. And foul. Just a bit early on both of those swings that were into the outfield. And, of course, with the wind, it carries over into foul territory. Both the Eagles and the Titans have to be aware of the weather conditions that they're playing in and adjust their timing and swings accordingly. And the pitch, this one is grounded and foul. Over towards us in right field. And the umpires kind of left a hazard out here in the field as this one is popped. Fair territory. The umpire in the last pitch left in the field. One of the members of Tolland's crew came and picked it up as this one is lined into left field. Drops for a base hit. Rounding first and headed towards second is the runner. And he's in there with a double. Hand off his equipment to the first base coach. And now a runner on second with one away. And in steps in A.J. Hayes. Davidson the pitch. This one is popped up. First baseman calling off his fielders, and he's able to grab that in foul territory for the second out. Sort of a routine pop out there. Wyatt Zonner, the batter. That one is chopped foul. 0-1. Davidson checks his runner on second. Here's the 0-1. That one is tipped foul. 0-2 now after back-to-back foul balls. The pitch to Zonner. Gets him swinging for the strikeout, and that'll be out number 3. So we head to the bottom half of the third, still tied 2-2. You're watching WHCI. Back here in West Hartford, Titans-Eagles in a 2-2 tie. The pitch is outside for a ball. Well, here in the third inning, it's a little chilly here in West Hartford today, and the weather is certainly nobody's friend at the moment, but one of these days we'll get in a sunny broadcast. So that one's outside for a ball. Tyler Hussey, the batter for the Titans. Corey Colhane still on the mound. He's at 37 pitches. The 2-0. Allen's in there for a strike. Colhane sets the pitch. This one is hit back behind the backstop and into the adjacent field hockey field for a foul and the first strike of the at-bat. 2-1 now to Hall. We mentioned their undefeated streak here. 4 straight wins, including the last game, an away game against the Red Wolves. That one is in there for a ball low. And that's always an exciting affair. The Red Wolves versus the Titans. It's fun for both teams, and they'll be playing their annual game at the University of Hartford later in May. But now they're facing the Eagles. The pitch is outside for a ball, so Hussey will make his way to first after the full count walk. And that is sweet escape, which means Matthew Panarella is up to bat 1 for 1 today. Big Gwen Stefani fan, Matthew Panarella. Colhane sets the pitch. Squares for a bunt. The throw to first is in time, but foot was off the bag, so we'll call him safe. Panarella able to leg out the squeeze as Hussey makes his way to second, and now there's a runner on first and second to begin this inning. Well, the Titans quickly find themselves in a big RBI situation here. It's 2 runners on, nobody away. Jeffrey Nyman up to bat. And look at a ball. Of course, Nyman, his favorite team, the New York Mets. Not a lot of Mets fans in Connecticut, but when you find one, they're probably real. No bandwagons here. That one's in there for a strike. Mets, of course, finally got their guy. They got superstar free agent Juan Soto on a record-setting deal, over $750 million, big ones, to the 26-year-old outfielder. And that's how the Mets offseason pretty much went in a nutshell. The pitch is in there for a strike. Of course, we don't have to tell that to Nyman. His brother, drafted by the Tampa Bay Rays, his older brother. So he knows a thing or two about what it's like in the MLB or MILB. It's in high A ball. And we hope he makes it to the majors soon. Everybody always awaits that call. The runner breaks for third. We got a double steal. So the Titans pull off a double steal after the pass ball. And now 2 runners are in scoring position with nobody out. Colhane coming up around that half-century mark. He's at 47 pitches. Colhane the pitch. This one is... Oh, that looked like it might have been hit off of the protection from the catcher, but maybe not, as the catcher looks unfazed. From this angle, it looked like he hit it off of the protective chest piece. Regardless, it's a foul ball, as that one is in there for a ball. 3-2 now to Nyman. Hussey on third, Panarella on second. Nobody out. Full count to Nyman. The pitch from Colhane. Nyman goes down swinging. It's the first out of the inning for Colhane. That was a good cut there, but just not the right placement for him. So he goes down. And in steps in Josh Gertner. The pitch from Colhane. That one's in there for a strike. Colhane just passing that half-century mark, 51 pitches in. The 0-1 is now in there for a strike. 0-2 now to Gertner. Checks his runners, the pitch. That one is hit back behind the backstop for a foul. Gertner just under that last pitch. If he swung just a little bit higher, he would have had clean contact on that. That would have gone to the outfield for sure. No telling what it would have done, but definitely would have gone to the outfield. Time is called. Batter will step out and readjust. Colhane checks his runners. The pitch. Gerdner fouls this one again off the ground. Behind the backstop. 0-2 still. Culhane sets the pitch. Gerdner lines this one foul, though. 3 foul balls. We're approaching the 6th pitch of this at bat. Culhane sets. The 0-2 to Gerdner. On's low for a ball. 1-2 now. Well, these are the type of at-bats that coaches want their players to get in, although only a 1-2 count. We're 7 pitches in now on this next pitch, and this is the type of stuff you want to see from your players. Think about it. 9 players on a roster. If everybody gets in an at-bat with 8 pitches, that starter doesn't last long, as that one is going to go past the backstop and bring a run, maybe 2. No. Panarella thought about it, but he'll stay at third. Hussey able to steal home on the pass ball. Panarella moved to third. 1 away. Gerdner works his way into this good count. He's 2-2 now. As Culhane says, he brings the infield in too. The infielders step in. They're thinking a bunt here. As the pitch high for a ball. It's full now. 3-2. Well, with the infield shifted in so much and the outfield hanging near the warning track, it's going to be a walk here for Gerdner, but you got to wonder what would happen if he had made contact with that. So Gerdner walks on a great at-bat, and now Panarella and Gerdner bring runners to the corners as Max Hannawalt will step on in. With an RBI, 2 RBI opportunity arising. Culhane sets, checks his runner on first. The pitch in the dirt. Catcher able to stop that from going back to the backstop. Would definitely have sent Panarella home in that situation and prevents another run from scoring as they look to get out of this jam in the third. Culhane sets. The pitch. That one is chopped foul from Hannawalt. 1-1 now. Culhane at 60 pitches so far. He sets. Thought about throwing to first, he does, and nothing doing. Culhane the pitch. This one is grounded through and past the second baseman. That'll bring a run in, and lead runner will advance to second after the RBI single from Max Hannawalt. That'll bring one in and extend their lead to 2. It's 4-2 now. Titans. And that'll bring in Burke Reynolds. Here's teammates cheering him on. Culhane sets, checks his runners, Southpaw throws. Reynolds flies this one just over the head of the second baseman and drops for a base hit. Runners move up, but they hold, and that'll load up the bases. Reynolds goes first pitch swinging, and it pays off as the bases are now juiced with only one away here in the bottom of the third. There's a mound visit now for the Eagles. We mentioned Culhane's pitch count. It is at 63, so I'd be shocked to see him go full game. But I would definitely say they let him finish this inning and maybe pitch next inning to try to be weary of the energy of the bullpen. As Lou Sauer will step on in for the Hall Titans. And this is a big opportunity for Sauer. He's got bases juiced, only one away. He can go for a sacrifice fly or a bunt if he needs to. And he's got opportunities to bring in some extra change for his starter. Grant Davidson, the starter, obviously, for the Titans. As we're back here playing baseball. Culhane sets the pitch. Allen's in there for a strike. Sauer, a pitcher himself, he pitched a couple games ago. Went about 3 innings. Today he's a batter and fielder. Batting in the 9th hole. If he can get on or avoid a double play scenario, that'll bring up the top of the order in Tyler Redden. So he swings at this one for a strike. Culhane trying to get out of this jam. The 0-2. That one's low for a ball. It was a good take there from Sauer. It was a pitch that might have fooled some, but he didn't end up chasing, and then pays off. Here's the 1-2. This one is ripped up the middle for a base hit, rounding third and headed home. Will bring in 2 runs as Sauer's on the board. Another single for the Titans. This time brings in 2 RBIs. And now the Titans lead 6-2. Lou Sauer bringing in 2 runs on that one. And that brings up the leadoff hitter, Tyler Redden. Runners on first and second. The pitch. He thought it might have hit him. Umpire says no, it's a ball. They may discuss this one. It did look like it might have caught him on that elbow there, but they're going to talk it over here. Obviously, no replay review at this level, so kind of forced on the hope of the naked eye here. And he did. It did hit him. They're going to call it a hit by pitch, so Tyler Redden will take his base and we'll load him up and do it again. So Redden takes his bag. That'll load the bases for the Titans. With 1 away. And that'll bring in Calvin Cianflane. A big spot for the 2-hole hitter, as they already lead by 4 and look to extend that lead. This Hall Titans team offensively has been really, really good. We've seen big innings from them all year long, and it doesn't look like it's stopping here. And if they keep playing like this, we can expect to see them in the tournament. And boy, that'd be a scary sight. This offense, once it goes, it doesn't stop, and that's just the way it's been for the Hall Titans, especially at home. They feel so comfortable playing here, undefeated, as we mentioned earlier, at their home field. riding that 4-game win streak too. Doesn't hurt. Flene is going to take some practice cuts as the umpire is talking to the first base coach right now, and yeah, he's talking to him about that hit by pitch. He didn't agree with the call, and umpire let him have his moment, but fortunately they will not reverse the call. So Calvin Cianflene steps in, bases loaded. The pitch is in there for a strike. Oh, 1 now. The pitch. Good cut there, but a swing and a miss. 0-2 now. Oh, and 2 now, 1 away. Culhane, his 70th pitch, is outside for a ball. One and 2. Reynolds on third, Sauer on second, Redden on first. The pitch from Culhane. This one is flown up into right field. Foul territory could be fair. The diving catch drops it. The throw in to home is no good. And that was potentially a foul ball, but it did hit off the right fielder. Goad went in for the play, and it'll bring in 2 runs. So 1 run. That was a scoring mistake. We apologize. It is only 1 run that scored off of that. It would have been potentially a foul ball, but the fielder did dive for it, and so it was too hard to tell for the umpires. No outfield umpires out here, so ended up being fair. The bases stay loaded after the RBI single. We have a mound visit here. And that'll do it for Culhane. We have a pitching change coming up for the Eagles. So the Titans lead the Eagles 7-2. We'll be back. It's a pitching change right here on WHCI. Back here in West Hartford from the pitching change, Hathaway on the mound now for the Tolland Eagles. And the first batter he'll face is Tyler Hussey. We have a bases loaded situation here as Hussey pops this one, but behind the backstop for a foul ball. One away here, bases loaded. 0-1 the count, 7-2 Titans. The pitch. That one's low and outside for a ball. The 1-1. Swing and a miss, and a good cut there, but it is strike number 2. 1-2 now to Tyler Hussey. Checks his runners. The 1-2. That one's low. It's a pass ball. Runner at third will stay, though. He thought about going, made it about a quarter way down that third base line, and opted not to go. Loose Sauer, the runner on third. Catcher will readjust his equipment, and now we're back playing baseball. It's 2-2 now. Checks his runners. Hathaway sets the pitch. Hussey swings and hits this one deep to left center field. Going back is the left fielder, and it is out of here. A grand slam for Tyler Hussey. And he unloads the bases with one swing of the bat, and in doing so, brings home 4 runs. As the Titans extend their lead, it's 11-2. So Tyler Hussey with a big swing, and in steps in Matthew Panarella. The wind picks up here. This one is hit down the first base line. It'll get into the outfield for a base hit. Right fielder's grabbing it. Rounding first headed to second is Panarella, who will slide in safely for a double. Hall Titans love their middle innings. It's the bottom of the third here. The inning's still going. Panarella gets that one in for a double as Jeffrey Nyman steps on in. Hathaway checks his runner. Pitch. It's in there for a strike. The catcher will come out and talk to his pitcher. Panarella on second, Nyman at the plate. That one's a pass ball. Panarella makes his way to third. Thinking about going home, but he won't. He's able to get in there with a stolen bag on the pass ball. Thus, after the pass ball, Panarella stands on third. It's a 1-1 count, one away still here in the bottom of the third. The pitch to Nyman. That one's down low for a ball. Hathaway sets. Pitch. Nyman slaps this one behind the backstop for a foul. 2-2 now. Here's the pitch. Pass ball. Panarella breaks for the plate. And in plenty of time, he'll get there. That'll score another run. And so now, Titans lead by 10. So now the bases are empty for Jeffrey Nyman. One away, full count. And time is called now. The pitch. Nyman rips this one to first base. Will Restall is there. He'll step on the bag himself for the second out. All right, so now with two away after the ground out, Josh Gertner will step on in for the Titans. Hathaway sets the pitch to Gertner. That one's low for a ball. Gertner, a sophomore, is also a fan of the New York Mets. He's played baseball since he was 3 years old. The pitch to Gertner. Allen's in there, high cheese for a strike. Gertner's sister and brother all attended Hall. Sister played tennis, his brothers played lacrosse and football. Gertner hits this one, but foul down the third base line. Hathaway sets. The pitch from Andrew Hathaway. He's outside for a ball. It's 1-2 now. Or excuse me, 2-2 now. With two away. Hathaway sets the pitch. One's outside for another ball. 3-2 now to Gertner. Hathaway. The 3-2. Gertner slaps this one down and gets through for a single. Hits it right in between the third baseman and the shortstop. And the Titans keep on rolling. That's a 2-out single for Josh Gertner. And in steps in Max Hannawalt. Gertner leads off first. The pitch. Hannawalt rips this one into right field. Right fielder is there, drops. Gertner rounding second, headed to third. He's in there safely. Hannawalt slides back to first in time. And that's another 2-out single for the Titans. As Burke Reynolds will step on in, but Hannawalt able to get that 2-out single going, and Gertner able to make his way to third. It is now runners on the corners with 2 away. The wind is picking up. It is 56 degrees and windy here in West Hartford. We hope you're home, hopefully enjoying hot chocolate as Reynolds rips this one into the outfield for a base hit. Rounding first, headed to second. He'll be in there with a double. Hannawalt makes his way to third. In the meantime, Gertner scores. And that's 13-2 now, the score. And it's going to be a mound visit for Tolland. Well, this is the stuff we've seen all year long from the Titans offense. This is an 11-run inning, and they're no stranger to double-digit innings. They've done this the last 2 times at home, and the Titans love their home cooking. So in steps in Lou Sauer, the 9-hole hitter. The pitch. Sauer flies this one into right field. Right fielder is there to make the play, and that'll end the inning. But not before the Titans erupt for 11 runs in the bottom of the third. You're watching West Hartford Community Interactive. We'll be right back. Back here in West Hartford, Davidson throws a ball. As if you missed it, the Titans erupted for 11 runs in the last half inning, and they're no stranger to that, as this one is lined. Diving is Reynolds, makes the play. And Reynolds with An amazing catch in center field. First out of the game. That is something we've also come accustomed to seeing. Their outfield has made multiple diving catches this year at home. And Reynolds with another gold glove play right there. Davidson's got a big lead to work with here as he looks to make quick work of the Eagles. That one's up high for a ball. Davidson sets. The pitch is low and outside for a ball. Johnson up to bat for Tolland. One away, nobody on. The pitch. That one is outside. 3-0. Do you give him the green light here? I'll give anybody the green light right now. 3-0. Davidson sets the stretch. And it's a 4-pitch walk for the Eagles. Johnson gets on board. Davidson riding up around 60 pitches. This could be the last inning he pitches. Not just at this level, but at all levels, you worry about starter's energy as the batter swings and misses for strike one. You always want to save your bullpen pitchers as much as you can, but in a situation with this big of a lead, you might have a little bit more leeway as a coach to let Davidson go more. That one's in there for a ball. Ivan Ramiak at the plate for the Eagles. The pitch. Oh, and that one hits him on the back, and ouch. So Ramiak will take his base, and I can tell you from experience that getting hit by a pitch, but especially in this chilly weather, is no fun, and that one is definitely going to sting. That one hit him clean on the back around the numbers. And so he'll take his base. And in steps in Clark. Runners on first and second. Davidson the pitch. High for a ball. One away now for the Eagles. Davidson sets the stretch. One's no good. It's a ball. 2-0 now. Evan Clark, the batter for Tolland. Davidson sets the 2-0. This one is lined, and it'll get into the outfield for a base hit. They'll hold the runner at third. And Tolland has gotten themselves something going here, as the bases are now loaded with only one away. Here in the top of the fourth. That'll bring Ethan Schwaz to the plate. So we're going to have a mound visit on the Titans side. Well, it's the top of the fourth. 13-2 is the score. And it is quickly becoming darker, but even more of a factor, it is really getting brisk and cold weather-wise. All the fans on the sideline bundled up to watch their kids play. Davidson will stay in the game. Grant sets. Checks his lead runner. The pitch. That one's outside for a ball. The pitch. This one is ripped but foul. 1-1 now. Looks like they had a pinch hitter in for Tolland. It's Philip Pena. To the swinging strike, it's 1-2. Davidson looking for the punch out. The pitch. That one is fouled again. Davidson sets, bases are loaded here. The 1-2. A high for a ball. Well, for our fans watching, the JV game behind us has ended. We're unsure the score, as that one's fouled away. But it has ended. Davidson sets. The 2-2. Outside for a ball. Now a full count. Well, the JV side on Tolland has come over and they're now cheering on their varsity teammates. The pitch. This one is ripped to third. Steps on the bag for one. The throw to first is good and in time for the double play. How about that for getting out of a jam? So Tolland leaves the bases loaded. We go to the bottom half of the fourth. The score 13-2. All right, back here in West Hartford for the bottom of the fourth. Titans are leading 13-2. And Titans are head coached by Nick Sanford, a West Hartford resident. He's part of the police force here in the town of West Hartford, and he's got a good bunch of kids here as they look to stay perfect at home. The pitch. That one's in there for a strike. Tyler Redden, the leadoff batter for the Titans. Hathaway still out there on the mound for the Eagles. He relieved Colhane. As Redden hits this one deep into left center field, going back at the track. And it's out of here. Tyler Redden with a leadoff home run. The second home run of the game for the Titans, and they increase their lead to 12. Well, after the loud start to the inning, Calvin Cianflone comes on in. The two-hole hitter looks to get on base. One for three today. Hathaway sets. The pitch. Cianflone hits this one deep into the right field. It is going to be fair. It'll stay in the ballpark on the warning track as Cianflone makes his way into second for a double. We talked about the weather. It is flying these baseballs into the outfield, and they've got carry on them. Well, here at Hall, the weather plays a big factor, and you see it today especially. The ball always has a chance to have some carry on it. It either will help hitters or hurt them. You never quite know here in West Hartford. Tyler Hussey steps on in, the three-hole hitter. Time is called. Cianflone on second. The pitch to Hussey. Allen's in there for a strike, looking. The pitch to Hussey. That one's low and in the dirt. 1-1. Checks the runner on second. Hathaway. The throw to second is passed and into the outfield. Runner will break for third. So after the ball gets tossed into the outfield, Cianflone makes his way to third with a stolen bag. So now a runner on third with nobody out. Hathaway, the 1-1 to Hussey. Outside for a ball. Hussey waiting for his pitch. The Titans got a big lead to work with here. He's able to take his time with his at-bats and look for a pitch he wants. Here's the pitch. He rips this one through the middle for a base hit. Oh, the outfielder can't get it. Hussey rounding first, headed to second. Outfielder just now grabbing it. Hussey is in there with an RBI double. So Cianflone scores. And then steps in Matthew Panarella. 2 for 2 today. The Titans lead 15-2 now. Panarella's got himself a pair of hits. Hussey leading off second. The pitch. That one is in there for a strike. looked like a curveball. The way it broke, it rose, and then it broke almost at the last second and dropped in the strike zone for a strike. The pitch. That one is fouled off to the backstop. Waiting for his pitch to come in, Matthew Panarella. Hathaway sets. The stride. That one's high for a ball. Hathaway checks his runner on second. The pitch. So a good cut there. Swing and a miss, though. Able to get Matthew Panarella with a strikeout. So in steps in Jeffrey Nyman. He's got a runner on second. Only one away. Here in the bottom of the fourth. Hathaway sets. That one's in there for a strike. Nyman's played baseball since he was 6. He enjoys fishing, working, and hanging out with his friends. Here's the pitch. That one's in there for a strike. 0-2 now quickly. Well, Nyman's brother Dominic played college baseball for CCSU. He transferred later to the University of Kentucky, and then even later was drafted in the 18th round of the 2024 MLB draft to the Tampa Bay Rays. That one's in there for a ball. 1-2. And Dominic now plays single A ball for the Tampa Bay Rays. Sister also in collegiate level. She plays soccer. As that one's in there for a strike, gets Nyman looking. Back-to-back strikeouts for the Eagles. And in steps in Josh Gertner. Hathaway checks his runner on second. The pitch to Gertner. Outside for a ball. Hathaway approaching 40 pitches in relief. He sets the pitch. Huns outside for a ball. Is really close there on the strike zone. As the sun is kind of peeking out up in the sky past the clouds, and finally getting some sunlight out here on this chilly Monday afternoon in West Hartford. That one is leapfrogged over the third baseman for a base hit. So Gertner picks up a single. Hussey moves to third. And that one, really, the way he hit it, just soared over the third baseman's head and was able to land just before the right fielder was able to grab it. And in steps in Max Anawalt. Pitch. Low and in the dirt. Ball 1. You got runners on the corners with 2 away. Catcher adjusts his equipment. And Hathaway sets. Here's the pitch. That one's high and inside, almost gets him. Kind of leans back and out of the way. 2-0 now. The 2-0. That one's in there for a strike. 2-1 now to the righty. The pitch. Ooh, almost gets him. He kind of turns his body out of the way of the ball. That one was really inside. That's a ball. 3-1 now. Here's the 3-1. Oh, that one got him right on the back. So he'll take that. He'll take his base hit first, and it is not fun getting hit in any type of weather, but especially cold weather. That one is going to leave a mark. And I tell you from experience, played baseball up to the high school level. And those pitches at any level aren't fun to take in this brisk weather. Burke Reynolds steps on in. He looks at his strike, 0-1. Well, Reynolds last time up was able to bring in a run. As he'll look to do it again, he got the bases juiced. Pitch. Reynolds swings and misses. It's a strike. And now 0-2. The 0-2. Reynolds chops this one, but foul. Andrew Hathaway approaching that half-century mark in pitches. He's at 47 now. He's 3 away from that half-century mark. Here's the pitch. Reynolds soars this one into foul territory. Catcher tries to make a play, but it'll end up going near the visiting dugout. So after the foul ball, we're at 0-2 in the count with 2 outs. Hussey on third, Gertner at second, Hannawalt at first. Here in the bottom of the 4th. Pitch from Hathaway. Reynolds flies this one into left field. Left fielder is there to make the catch to end the inning. So the Titans leave the bases juiced, but not before they score a couple of runs. We head to the 5th. The score, 15-2. Back here in West Hartford, Kyle Ruckert on the mound now for the Titans here in the 5th. As this one is flown high in the air, that is a collegiate level pop out, but it'll go into foul territory. 0-1. This one is swung on, fouled off again. This one again is flown foul. So 3 straight foul balls, 0-2 now to start. It's a pinch hitter for the Tolland Eagles. Jack Geitek, the pinch hitter. The pitch to him as he rips this one into left field. The left fielder unable to get that one. It'll hit the warning track as Geitek will make his way into second safely for a leadoff double. So Ruckert comes into the game and is immediately welcomed with a double.
Hey, Kyle.
The pitch from Ruckert. That one is high for a ball. The pitch. This one is flown high and deep into right field, back at the track and gone. A 2-run shot for the Tolland Eagles as they cut the deficit down a small amount. It is now 15-4. That one just passed the 3:15 mark in right field. It was a pinch hitter for the Eagles, was able to slap this one over the right field fence. And in steps in A.J. Hayes, who hits this one into center field. Reynolds able to field it. And A.J. Hayes is in there with a single. Excuse me, that was right. Another pinch hitter. We might see some more, but it was A.J. Hayes' spot. It ended up being a pinch hitter right as this one is grounded. The throw to second for one. The toss to first. This is not in time. Shelby, the pinch hitter for the Tolland Eagles. The flurry of pinch hitters making their appearances here as he's able to get on first with a fielder's choice. And in steps in and Bryant. Ruckert, the pitch. Outside for a ball. Well, Kyle Ruckert is a sophomore. His favorite team is the Red Sox, and he's played baseball since he was 4 years old, as this one is foul. He's played baseball since he was 4. His Uncle Morgan also attended Hall, and he played football for the Titans. Ruckert also can play the infield. Batter calls time. The pitch to Bryant. This one is foul. Back-to-back foul balls for the Eagles. One and two the count to Mason Bryant. Low for a ball. Shelby leads off first. Outside for a ball. This one is swung on, grounded to third. Throw to second for one. Throw to first, not in time. And another fielder's choice. So now Mason Bryant gets aboard with a fielder's choice. And one by one, the Eagles go down. They have a scoring opportunity here. They look to add off that home run. That one is in there for a swinging strike. Evan Johnson, the pinch hitter for Will Rustall. Pitch outside for a ball. The pitch in there for a strike. One and two now to Johnson. The pitch fouls this one off. You heard the tip there. The clang of the metal bat. Bryant leads off first. The pitch to Johnson is outside for a ball, and that one was a close one there. But the umpire says ball. Ruckert sets, two away, one on. The 2-2. This one is grounded. Foul. Ruckert sets. Eyeing down Johnson, the pitch. This one is slapped to third. The throw to first in time for the third out. So that'll do it for the Titans and the Eagles. The story of the game, an 11-run third inning from the Titans. A story that we've seen and told before. That is the story of the game. 15-4, your final score here in West Hartford. Anthony Altamirano on the play-by-play. We're here live tomorrow for Conard Baseball. And we're back next Monday with Hall Baseball right here on WHCI. This is Anthony Altamirano signing off.